Come on. All right, I think we're live. Hello and welcome along to a live match reaction to Leeds United's 3-1 victory away at Blackburn Rovers. I'm NkGhTg. Joining me, as always, is Johnny Chick. Johnny, hello.
Hi, mate. I'm buzzing with that. You're right.
Yeah, I'm buzzing as well after that. Also joining us is Leeds United Mad website creator, I guess, Leeds United Trust member and Leeds United fan, Kev Markey. Kev, hello.
Good evening. Hi, Ed. Hi, Johnny.
You all right?
Yep. Like I was saying just off air, then it's always nice after a victory, and especially a decent one today as well, which was obviously very much needed with Brentford being in top form again.
Yeah, definitely. We are live on YouTube and Facebook right now, so if you are watching live, thank you, and make sure to get all of your comments and thoughts into the comment section. So yeah, guys, Leeds United in the first ever league game played in July, we pick up a 3-1 victory away at Blackburn Rovers. I mean, Johnny, another big 3 points, a good day at the office.
Very, very good. Yeah, we needed that win. We need that win, definitely. After the back of that draw against Luton, I think anything but a win, I think Leeds fans would still been very nervous. And the reaction on Twitter would have just been awful as well. But great performance from the boys, really good. The way we came out, I thought we pressed really well. It's such an open game. They probably should have scored in that first half, to be honest. They hit the post and a good chance wide. But yeah, unbelievable. But from the second half, after they scored, we looked really comfortable and yeah, really good performance.
Yeah, very much so. Good evening to Toby on YouTube, who says match on together. I think he's happy. And yeah, I think we're all happy really. But Kev, 2 changes in the Leeds United starting lineup today. We saw Alioski and Barry Douglas come in replacing Dallas, who was injured, and also Helder Costa, who wasn't involved at all today. So we need to see what that's all about. But yeah, Alioski thought it was good again. But Barry Douglas on his return, I mean, Kev, that was a man of a match performance from Barry Douglas.
Yeah, he's very assured, isn't he, in that position. It's a long time since I've seen him start a game, and I'd forgotten how good he was actually. He sort of just does his job, doesn't he? He just defends, gets the ball out to the people that can do something with it. And yeah, I didn't think he'd lost 90 minutes actually, because he hadn't played in such a long time. But I reckon it'd be hard to lose his position after that performance. I think Dallas and Costa were very close to getting the nod today, but he decided to hold them back. I think Costa had some sort of knee injury, I think. So what's the point of when you've got a good squad like Douglas and Alioski coming in? What's the point of risking them with about 5 games to go anyway? So. Obviously, the decision came good. Like Johnny says, we were a bit of a frantic start, really. I thought it was going to be another Birmingham Leeds game. It could have been 3-2 or something after about 20 minutes. Yeah. But thankfully, when we got the second goal, and I was screaming for Phillips not to take it as well. I thought, give it to Douglas. Give him a chance to put his name on the score sheet. But what a free kick, and what a way to go 2-0 up. And the free kick for them in the second half, which was a brilliant free kick, but I can't understand why it was given in the first place, to be honest with you. I don't think Phillips did much wrong in that challenge. So it was a bit of a travesty. So it was reassuring that we got back into the our 2-goal cushion again about 5 minutes later. I thought Cleek was another guy who had an amazing game today as well.
Yeah, definitely. I put out a poll on Twitter asking people for their man of the match. The options were Ben White, Click, Phillips, and Barry Douglas. Barry Douglas is storming in the lead, 57% rather. Barry Phillips next, and then Click after that, and Ben White with no votes at all. Ben. Yeah, I thought Ben White was brilliant today. But Johnny, it's pleasing to see Barry Douglas have a good game, isn't it? Because when Dallas went off injured the other night, you were thinking, well, at left back, Alioski's not really a good left back in the back 4 at least. And Barry Douglas, we haven't seen much of him, and what we have seen of him, he's been pretty average. So, it's good to see that, with Dallas gone, who is a big miss, we can bring in Barry Douglas and he'll have a good game.
Yeah, very much so. I think when he started his career at the start of last season, he was really assured. I can remember that Stoke game, I think, because he was the only player who hadn't played in the season before, and everyone, he's a shining light in that squad. He was really, really good. And then I think injuries hit, and he hadn't really managed to find his way back into the team. Bielsa's one of these people that will stick with the same team if they're winning, and even if they're losing, he doesn't really like to make changes. So I think he's been unfortunate not to play that much, but credit to Stuart Dallas, he's been amazing this season, so he's really held down that left back spot. But I'm really happy for him because I think he'll just grow in confidence now. I think the substitute appearances he's made, especially when we're behind, he seems to come on quite a bit as well, which I don't think is the right change to make. And I think that puts him really in a bad situation and doesn't reflect his ability as much. So I think when he played today, he was phenomenal. Like Kev said, he just got stuck in at the back, stay at the back. But some of his deliveries and work on the ball, passing interchange with Alioski, I thought was really good. So yeah, he was phenomenal today.
Yeah, definitely. Having a look at the comments then. So David Coleman on YouTube says, great result. Very happy. Saxon Rascal on YouTube as well says, chuffed to bits for the lads. One of the performances of the season. Yeah, it's hard to argue with that. Ghost 1 Pump 16 on YouTube says, great performance from the lads today. Let's hope we can carry this on for the last 5. And Byron on YouTube also says, yes, Leeds, surely but slowly we are almost there. I mean, it was a great start today, wasn't it, Kev? Fantastic start, going 1-0 up on 7 minutes, winning the ball back very well, and then playing it into the path of Bamford, and a first-time finish, really good finish from Patrick Bamford.
Yeah, that's what Click does best, and he sort of steals the ball from players, and Blackburn were complaining afterwards, asking for a free kick, but yeah, I think he nicked it really well. He's done that plenty of times in his career at Leeds over the last couple of seasons, and I thought, he was amazing today. Set him up nicely. Once again, I was screaming for him to put it to the left to Alioski so he could put a cross in, but fair play to the guy. He knows better than me, obviously. Set it on a player for Bamford, who couldn't really miss, could he, really, from that distance? And I think Bamford tried his hardest today. Could have easily had 3 goals today. Was a bit unlucky with a couple of efforts. Going back to Douglas again, I was pleased with these corner set pieces as well. They're a bit more dangerous than what they've been of late. Like I say, it's going to be hard for him to lose his place, but obviously Dallas is a Bielsa favourite, and I expect him to be back next week if he's fit.
Yeah, I mean, a word on the set pieces. The set pieces today were so much better than what they have been. I mean, especially from that Luton game. That Luton game, so many corners, and they were just awful. So yeah, the set pieces today. Of course, we scored from one as well for that free kick. Yeah, the set pieces today, Kevin, they were so much better. Yeah,
like I say, I was screaming for Douglas to take it because the last time Phillips got a free kick like that, I think it was against Forest. I think we lost 3-1 from about 30 yards out. I thought this is either going to go straight into the wall or over the crossbar. But fair play, it was such a delightful finish, Pablo-esque, if you like, and that put us in the driving seat. Really, even when we went, they got a goal back. I still felt fairly confident that we'd hold on, we'll be all right. But it was a bit shaky for a few seconds. But we stuck at it, and obviously it's important now. There's 5 games left. We need 10 points at least to assure automatic. Surely, with the opposition we have, I know some of them are fighting for their lives down there. I mean, look at Luton today. They were amazing on Tuesday night to get a point. They get stuffed 5-0 at home to Reading today. So obviously all their energies have been wasted on Tuesday night. But the teams down there are there for the taking, in my eyes. And Barnes is another example. They've been on a good run, hardly conceding any goals, and they lose 3-0 to Stoke today. So Stoke's another team that's fighting for their lives, and they're 3 of the teams that we've got to play. Stoke, Barnsley and Charlton, who are all down there, and Swansea and Derby have got sort of slight chance of the playoffs. So it's all in our hands. 10 points from 15 games. If you told us that's all we needed at the start of the season from the last 5 games, you'd have said, right, this time we won't mess it up. So hopefully with the lads won't this time.
Yeah, definitely. Back onto Barry Douglas, though. Jamie Miller on YouTube says Douglas had a solid performance, a solid game. Click, good too. Even Bamford, he says, played okay too. All around a solid performance. Yeah, very good performance today. I mean, Johnny, going back onto that first goal, Bamford 15 goals now this season. Getting that early goal, it was so crucial today, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think it'd already been quite open before that goal as well. And again, it came off a mistake, but it showed how good our press was. Click nipping the ball back. I wasn't too sure if it was a foul or not, but then the replay showed he sort of just fallen over his own heels, really, the defender. And yeah, nipped it off him. And I think who would have been on the left? I think someone, Alioski maybe, was darting onto the left-hand side, and I thought play it to him, and I didn't actually really see Bamford in that much space. But when you look at the replay from behind the goal, you see he's in acres of space, and it's a really good finish. Slightly easier than the one against Fulham, I'd say, but again in the same sort of corner. Really good finish from him, and so important to get that early goal because it just rests everybody, fills everybody with that confidence. And to be honest, even when we went 1-0 up, and even when they had those chances, I still didn't feel like we were going to lose the game because we're so good from when we go in front.
We very rarely lose when we go ahead, do we?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I think against these relegation teams, that first goal is just going to be so crucial. Because if not, they can, like Luton did, just sit behind the ball, keep everybody back, and it'll be hard to break down. So if we could do that in every game, get the first goal within the first 10 minutes, then sure we'll be fine.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that early goal, it really made the game, wide open, really. And Blackburn, they start creating chances. I feel as though Leeds were a bit fortunate at times. I think there was that one-on-one with Gallagher who shot just wide. Holby hit the post as well. I mean, Kev, there was a 5-minute spell or so after we went 1-0 up where, Leeds, we really were clinging on.
Yeah. We were, but obviously Blackburn have a lot to play for themselves, remember, and they are the home team. Not that it matters too much at the moment. I know we're behind closed doors, but they were at home. They got a great home record to prepare. Last time they lost at home, obviously February seems a long time ago, but it's only a few matches ago now. They lost, I think, at home to Fulham, but they've only lost a couple of games this season at home. So the home form's got them where they are, really, which is just behind the playoff spots. So they had if they'd have won today, they'd been right bang in it again with the playoffs. So they had a lot to play for, to be fair. And you would expect them to create a couple of chances, which they did. But after that 20-minute spell in the first half when we were 1-0 up, I thought we controlled again up to half-time. Second goal sort of cemented a nice little cushion. And like Johnny says, even when they got a goal back, usually you start shaking a little bit with Leeds. But I felt a bit confident that we'd hold on to that. Cleek got a fantastic sort of third goal. We could have had 4 or 5 after that. And 3-1, you got to say an away result. That is as best as it gets, really. So fair play to the lads. I've got a lot of criticism for Tuesday's game against Luton. But like Johnny says again, at least Blackburn didn't have 9 men behind the ball this time. They were actually trying to create chances and do something because they had a lot to play for as well. So we obviously took our chances when they came along. Could have had a few more, but like you say, you can't complain with 3-1 away.
Yeah, and Johnny, a word on Ilan Meslier as well. I thought he was much better today. In that first half, running out and jumping on top of the ball to make saves. I mean, Meslier, he was much better today, wasn't he? Oh, has he gone? Is he reconnecting, Johnny? Did you hear the question?
No, I didn't hear it.
It's on about Meslier being good.
Ilan Meslier, but much better today.
Yeah, very good from him. He didn't have that much to do in terms of shot stopping, and they didn't really put much at him. I think when I saw him line up for the free kick that they scored, I thought, was he leaving a bit of a gap? But actually, he's just got to cover that side. The wall's got to do its job, and at the end of the day, it's a fantastic free kick for him. I think it was Armstrong who scored.
Yeah.
But I thought some of his distribution was some of the passes went straight to the Blackburn players, especially in that spell they had just after we scored in the first half. But again, he relaxed it. He's really good at those quick balls out to Ayling or Cooper or Douglas. I thought he was good today. Unfortunately, not to get that clean sheet, but another step in the right direction for him, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Toby on YouTube says thoughts on the Calvin free kick. I mean, we'll go on to that now. So 40 minutes. Free kick, 25 yards out, Calvin Phillips. I wasn't expecting him to take it, but he did. And he finds the top left-hand corner. I mean, Kev, just a fantastic finish. Fantastic free kick.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't... You tend to rely on Pablo a lot for these sort of free kicks, but obviously, when he's not on the park, you see about 4 or 5 players discussing things, who's going to take it. And you don't really know who's going to do it, basically, half the time. Because obviously Phillips got a good shot on him. He takes a lot of the dead balls. You'd have fancied Douglas to maybe have a shot. Then you got obviously Roberts and Harrison and Cleek. You'd fancy any of those to maybe have a crack. But the way he took it, like you say, the keeper had no chance really, and that sort of won the game for us, if you like. It gives a nice 2-goal cushion, and we really didn't have any much problems after that, apart from their free kick, which should never have been given in the first place.
Yeah, we'll get onto that in a bit, but yeah, that Calvin Phillips free kick, the first direct free kick Leeds United have scored since Pablo Hernandez versus Burton Albion on Boxing Day 2017. That is incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's a
2-0.
long time, yeah.
Yeah, very long time. Almost 3 years. 2-0 at half-time to Leeds, of course, but then Blackburn with a free kick 3 minutes into that second half. Adam Armstrong with a good finish. But Kev, you've alluded to it. Should it have been a free kick in the first place?
No, I mean, Calvin made as if he was going to jump and then decided not to and went down. And the guy just fell on the floor. But the referee should either just play on or whatever, or But I never saw a free kick coming their way, and it was in such a dangerous position. I was fancying Downing to take it himself because he's so proficient at these sort of free kicks. But Armstrong, he's had a great season, to be fair. I saw him at the Brentford game a few months back, and he put them 2-0 up there, and he looked really good. He could have had a hat-trick, had a one-on-one with the keeper as well, but Brentford pulled it back to 2-2. But I think he's been one of their outstanding performers this season, and you can't really I mean, Meslier, the wall seemed to be set up okay. Meslier was ready for it. It was central. We're either going to go left or right, and he just picked right, like just an exact shot into the corner of the net, and you can't really do much about those things, just like the Phillips one, really. And but I had to think go down. We got on with it, and luckily the best answer to that is just try and score straight away. And 5 or 6 minutes later, we did. So fair play to the boys.
Yeah, and Johnny, it was a decent finish from Click.
Yeah, good finish. I don't know if the keeper could have done a bit better. I don't know. It seemed on the replays that he maybe could have parried it away, but I don't know if it sort of bobbled over him. But yeah, it was right in the corner, didn't take a deflection. And we know he can hit them. He scored how many stunners? I don't think he's really scored like a tap in for Leeds. I think all of them, his has been edge of the penalty area, long range strikes. Yeah, he's yeah. So it was a good move actually. Harrison laid it off to him. I think it was a little good team build up before the goal as well. So very happy for him because he hasn't had as many goals as last season. A couple penalties, but no, I'm very happy for him to get a goal. And it was a very good finish. Yeah,
definitely a goal from 20 yards today, I think it was. But 71 minutes still. Bamford 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Walton brings him down, and a free kick's awarded to Leeds. And the goalkeeper only gets a yellow card. I mean, Kev, should it have been a red card to Walton?
It's debatable, really, I suppose. But Bamford shouldn't have given him this decision in the first place. I think he should have struck the ball a bit earlier, and he might have scored. But he went for the right-hand side, which he had no chance of getting, really, and the keeper took him down. There were a couple of defenders sort of covering him a little bit. Maybe the referee thought, I'll give him a yellow. There was a defender sort of that could have covered it. But I think he was lucky, in my view, not to get a red, really. But the referee had made his own decisions today, and maybe that's another one that maybe he got slightly wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny, I felt as though it should have been a red card. Bamford, he's the last man. The goalkeeper goes in there, doesn't touch the ball at all, just goes in there clumsily. I mean, Johnny, I definitely thought it should have been a red card. Do you?
Yeah, I think so. He's definitely one of the last men. I think the only reason why it couldn't have been, I think Bamford was never, unless he took it early, in which he wouldn't have been fouled. I don't think he was really ever going to score anyway, to be honest. The way he dinged the ball was well wide of the goal. Yeah. So I think we're kind of fortunate to get something else from that. But yeah, it should have been. He was definitely one of the last men, so definitely should have been a red card. But yeah, I don't know if that's why, because he wasn't really going to score from it because the ball was already out of play anyway. So I'm not too sure what the rules are with that. But from that free kick, to be fair, Barry Douglas caught me out as well. He took it really quickly. And the goalkeeper made a good save from that. So another good strike from Douglas. But yeah, probably should have been a red. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. it doesn't matter. It was a comfortable win in the end.
I think the referee must have seen a few videos of Bamford this season. I thought, he wasn't going to score that once he put back the keeper. I'll just give a free kick.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
But having said that, he had a decent game overall.
Everyone had a decent game, really. Solid performance all around. Comfortable win in the end for Leeds United. 3-1 victory, the 3 points, which keeps Leeds United top of the table on 78 points, 4 points clear of West Brom, who of course play tomorrow at home against Hull City. Brentford won 3-0 today against Wigan at home, so that there is that still that 6 point gap to third, but Leeds, we got the job done in the end, and Johnny, it's one step closer to automatic promotion.
Exactly, it's 10 points needed now to definitely secure it, which against the teams on paper, you look at it and you think it's a given, but we know how these teams will play. They're fighting for their lives, so nothing's a given in this league. But so close. Just think if we'd have drawn or lost today, just how nervous everyone would have been. That win is so good for everyone's confidence. Even though the gap is still the same, say West Brom win tomorrow, which against Hull they may do, and Fulham have nabbed a late winner against Birmingham, and Derby did us a favour earlier as well, drawing to Forest in like the 90-something.
Yeah, that was a good result, yeah.
Yeah, very good. Never thought I'd ever celebrate a Chris Martin goal, but hey-ho. It's huge for confidence. That's now 5 games left, so 6 points needed. So they've got to average one point a game. So, yeah, huge. I just hope that it's Brentford trying to catch West Brom at the end of the day and that we sail clear now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'd say probably 3 wins and we're up, definitely. I mean, I can't see Brentford slowing down at all from now until the end of the season.
I think the good thing, I think going back to Derby again, which you never like to talk about Derby really in a positive light, do you? But they've got to play West Brom and Brentford in their last few games, so they could still do us another favour if they nick a few points off those two. And another thing, guys, as well, we should be celebrating this fact really that we're actually guaranteed a place in the playoffs.
Top 6, top 6 guaranteed. So not
that I want to relive last season again, but at least we're there anyway, just in case,
Yeah, definitely. Let's have a look at some of the comments then. So let's have a look here. I've already read that one. Byron on YouTube says, yes. Well, we've already read that one as well. David Coleman on YouTube says, I wasn't happy with first 20-25 minutes, to be honest. The game was way too open. We were lucky not to concede. Yeah, definitely. But after that, 20 minute mark, we just started to take control of the game, really. Says David goes on to say very good second half. Jamie Miller on YouTube says Douglas had a solid game. Click to, we've already read that one, I think. David Coleman on YouTube says, I'm a bit worried with Meslier. He's got a mistake or two in him, but we protect him very well. I mean, Johnny, we've discussed this. He does have a mistake in him, but he's only young. I think 19 or 20. He's still learning the game.
Yeah, exactly. I think you look at Kiko Casilla, as much as he was a good shot stopper and that, but he's been at Real Madrid and won the Champions League effectively, and he was still pulling out more errors than Meslier is doing, and Meslier is only young and pretty inexperienced. You probably didn't really expect to come here and play that much first team football. If Kiko Casilla hadn't been done for racism, then he wouldn't really be playing at the moment. So I think he's done well. I agree there are mistakes in him, but he's only young. That'll only come with time, and he'll improve over time. So I think we've got a very good goalkeeper on our hands. A good shot. I say good shot stopper. He hasn't really been tested that much, and I don't think any of the goals he's conceded he really could have done much with. Like the free kick today, there may be an argument to move closer towards where Armstrong puts it, but if he dives that way and then Armstrong puts it where Meslier was, he'll be criticised way more for moving in line with the wall. I think he's done really well, and I'm still happy to keep him in the team.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's a perfectly fine goalkeeper. And I think for that free kick today, you just got to give your hats off to Adam Armstrong there. I think it was just a good finish. Adam Craig on YouTube says, imagine being a Man United fan right now. Liverpool are champs. Leeds are going up. And Ole is your manager. Yeah, would hate to be a Man United fan. Ghost on YouTube says, when Blackburn had all those chances and then scored, I thought it would be a recreation of that 3-2 game last season. Yeah, I mean, it did have a feeling. It had a feeling of that Birmingham game from December.
I don't think our hearts would have lasted 90 minutes watching a game like that, to be fair. The stress levels would have been there.
Adam Craig on YouTube.
Sorry, I was just going to say, going back to Meslier, the last 2 goals have been worldies, really, haven't they? And he didn't really have a chance to save either, really, did he? So I don't think he's done all right, to be fair.
Adam Craig on YouTube says, who or what do we need to buy this window? Any players you think we will sign? I mean,
Let's not worry about that just yet.
Not really.
I mean, sign Ben White, definitely. I think we can all agree on that. Ben White needs to stay. We need to keep him as much as possible. But we'll ask that question when we eventually go up, or if we eventually go up. David Coleman on YouTube says, a lot of pressure on West Bromwich Albion for tomorrow's game. Yeah, definitely. Saxon on our YouTube says, nearly 3 years. My math says it's nearly 3.5 years since we last scored from a direct free kick. Yeah, we
touched on that, haven't we? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's have a look here. Who's Kiko? Never heard of him. I actually prefer Mezier up to Kiko, says David. And Saxon on Mezier says Mezier ain't brilliant, but his distribution is good, and he's less gaff prone. Don't know what that means.
On. He's hardly played, hasn't he? He's only 19, and what he has done, he's done okay. When Pablo's heading back balls from the halfway line, there's not a lot he can do. The Luton game on Tuesday. He got a rick for that, and he got injured for that one, and he came back up again. So he's doing what he can do, and that's all he can do at the moment. So fair play to the guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he had so many balls back to him today as well. So many pass backs that went back to him. Some were quite a pace and bouncing as well. And he did really well to control them. Yeah, exactly. So exactly. The ball could have held up on the pitch, and he had one in the first half, I think, where he came out and dived onto the ball to stop one of their players from scoring. So he's been fantastic.
He's been all right.
Yeah,
it's been very good. We of course move on to the Stoke game, that a ridiculous 5 p.m. kickoff this Thursday. Ridiculous kickoff time. Stoke, a 4-0 win for them today over Barnsley at home. That's their first win since the restart. Now 1 win, 1 draw and 2 losses since the restart. So, Johnny, what are your thoughts going into Thursday's game against Stoke?
Again, it's one of them you can't really tell. Again, it's Ellen Road, so I imagine I don't think they're a side who really will put loads of men behind the ball, because they do actually have on paper quite a bit of quality in their team. I don't know who their manager is at the moment. After Nathan Jones,
the Irish manager, Northern Ireland manager, But one win after the restart. Again, it's one of these games towards the end of the season. You don't really know what's going to happen until you're watching it on the pitch, to be honest. I think Leeds obviously will be favourites, and if you look at our previous meetings against Stoke since they got relegated, we won 3-1, lost 2-1, and then won 3-0 earlier on in the season. So we're definitely favourites, and after that win today, we're definitely going in with a lot of confidence. So there's no reason why we can't win that game and win by a margin as well.
Yeah, definitely. Kev, your thoughts going into Thursday's game against Stoke?
Well, all 5 games that we've got left are winnable, to be fair, but what makes them slightly different is obviously the pressure on the team to get promoted, which is immense at the moment. But I think one thing that'll get us through it, and including the Stoke game, is what happened last season. I think the players don't want to suffer that again. We don't want to suffer that again. So a nice, comfortable win against Stoke will put us in good light for the next game that we have to go. We're only 4 to go. So, and Brentford have got. If Brentford get promoted, they've deserved it, because that means they've won most of the games that they've got left, and you have to take your hat off them if they do that. But they've got a couple of tough games. Like I said, Derby might have a say in it as well. So hopefully they'll drop points somewhere. As soon as they do, we can sort of not look around as much as we have been doing in the last few weeks, and maybe just finish the season with a bang, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Looking at the comments again, David Coleman on YouTube says, does anyone agree that Harrison looks good on the right? Yeah, definitely. I've said it plenty of times on the channel, and I was pleased to see Harrison start on the right today. I mean, Johnny, Jack Harrison, he looks so much better on the right hand side compared to that left, doesn't he?
He really does. We saw him, I think, late in the game. He cut inside onto his left and went on a nice little run. I just think it gives him more of an option. I think if he can improve his right foot, he'll be a real threat on the right, because his right foot is obviously not as good as his left. His left is phenomenal, but the option to cut inside and his link up with Luke Hayden, I thought was really good. I thought in the game he was actually quite quiet overall, because I think a lot of our attacks in that second half were with Alioski, who actually put in some really good crosses again today. But Jack Harrison on the right, if you can just improve that right foot a little bit more, his technical ability is one of the best, not only in a team but in the league. His first touch is phenomenal. And I think with Alioski playing on his stronger left-hand side and Jack Harrison on the right, that'll give us a real threat. And if Helder Costa does come back fit, I don't know if he fits straight back into this team now. Yeah. And if he does come back, I don't know how good he's on the left, but I'd rather him come on the left than the right, because I think Jack Harrison's phenomenal on that right-hand side, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Jack Harrison on the right, I think, because Jack Harrison just loves the ball at his feet and he loves to do stuff, with the ball. And I think on the left hand side, he's sprinting down. His job is to cross with his left foot on the left, whereas on the right, he does have time on the ball. He can beat men. He can have plenty of time on the ball, cut inside, and work his magic. So Kev, Jack Harrison on the right. Do you think he's much better on that side?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, he's had a better season than he had last season. I think he's been featured in every game. I think every league game this season. So, yeah, I've been impressed. A bit of time I got worried with him today when he started dribbling in our own box. Yeah. The first half, I thought, what on earth is he doing? I think he thought he was in the opposition box, I think, just trying to get past loads of people. But he's got the confidence to do that, and it came off. So fair play to him. He's full of confidence this season. He's got about 6 goals this season, 8 assists. So he's a lot better than last season. He just needs to finish off the season with maybe a couple more goals, and hopefully he'll sign permanently for next season.
Yeah, definitely. David Coleman on YouTube says, I don't think Stoke know how to park the bus. I think they'll play, and they do have a couple of dangerous players. Yeah, definitely. And the manager, Michael O'Neill, former manager of Northern Ireland, he does like his team playing some decent football. So, Stoke will come at us, and it'll certainly be an interesting game on Thursday. A quick comment here as well on Facebook. Brian Brown on Facebook says, very good after match chat, match on together. Thank you very much, Brian, for the kind words. So very quickly, some score predictions for Thursday's game, Johnny.
Oh, I'll go 2-0 Leeds. I think we'll keep a clean sheet like we did early on in the season, but I don't think we'll score as many as the first game. We'll go 2-0.
Kev?
Nice early goal again, please, lads, and go on to win 3-0, and let's have a nice Thursday evening.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to go 3-0 as well. Yeah, hopefully it's a nice, comfortable Thursday evening. But a big 3 points for Leeds United today. 3-1 win over Blackburn Rovers. Thank you, as always, to Johnny and Kev for joining me for this after-match chat. Make sure to follow them on Twitter. But I think we'll leave it there. I think we've covered everything, guys. So, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you to everyone who has watched as well. We really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And